I'm Cory.
And I'm Wallace.
And we're an early retired couple that are traveling the world. Currently, we're in Ubud, Bali, Indonesia. And we've come today to the
Ubud Palace.
Ubud Palace.
So, I don't know too much about this. The Ubud Palace was the home of the Balinese royal family. And it is free to enter the courtyard and the grounds. As far as I know, that's all there is to see. There might be other stuff in there. We don't know, but it's right here in the center of Ubud. So we thought we'd come out this morning and check it out, and just to see what it's all about. It's got some beautiful Balinese architecture, and we'll just wander around and show you.
This looks like a bunch of musical instruments. It looks really cool, and I'll try to get some close-ups. We're not allowed to like go on it or anything like that, but I'll do my best. The GoPro's not the greatest at this. Behind us it says do not enter, only for guests. I don't know if it's like a guest house back in the day or if it means recently that it's turned into a villa that guests can stay at.
If it is, it's probably a very expensive fancy one given where we are, because this place is beautiful.
Behind me is the throne. There's 2 chairs, so I assume for the king and queen.
So a lot of the grounds are closed off to the public, but for example, this gate behind me is just so incredibly ornate and absolutely stunning for the architecture. But it looks like there's people that live here. Looks like there's behind the gate, I hear some dogs, like domestic dogs. Behind that gate there, you see families going about their day-to-day. So I'm not really sure what the deal is here. Whether people are living here on the grounds, maybe they're caretakers, I don't know. So if you do know, maybe leave a comment down below.
There seems to be a very big emphasis on music, which is not surprising because the whole time that we've been here, we've seen and heard so many ceremonies, and music is a big part of that. But again, there is more of musical instruments there. That's like the 4th platform that has held musical instruments that I've seen. So it seems to be deeply enriched in their culture.
So that's pretty much it. There's not much to see, just a couple of courtyards, some beautiful architecture, not much beyond that, but it is free and it's right in the center of Ubud, so you can include this stop, when you're doing any of your sightseeing here. What do you think?
I think it's worth checking out. I mean, I don't know if I'd go out of my way, but since it's like in the center of Ubud, it's not hard to get to. It's very culturally significant, I would say, to them, so I would say it's worth it.
Yeah. And there is some sort of dance performance going on later tonight. You can see there that little clip, the kids practicing. That was really adorable. We probably won't be here to check that out. Apparently that's a ticketed event that you need to actually buy tickets to gain admission to the grounds for that. And I believe that's not held here. That's held at the Ubud Water Palace, which is right next door. And we're not going to because that one does have admission, and I've read that it's not really as worth seeing because it's a very small venue. So I think we'll leave it at that for now. Welcome back. It's a couple days later, and that is because it rained a lot yesterday, and we decided not to do anything yesterday afternoon. So
today we're decided that we're going to come to the sacred monkey forest. So it's a 30-acre land. I think it's like in the center of town, and what it is just, I assume, nature to allow the monkeys to live.
yeah, so it's about, like Cory said, I think it's just under 30 acres of nature preserve here, just to the south of Ubud Center. And it houses 3 Hindu temples, as well as over 1,200 long-tailed macaque monkeys. So we are going to go in there and find ourselves some monkeys to play with. Well, not play with, 'cause don't touch the monkeys, but find ourselves some monkeys and go check out the grounds.
What is that?
We just parked the bike. Motorbike parking seems to be pretty cheap. I think it's like a couple thousand rupiah per hour, which, you know, that's like not even 20 cents, I don't think. And now we're gonna go into the main visitor center area and get our tickets to go in. We're already here at the visitor center, so it's really close to the parking area. And there's a really awesome koi pond right out in front. This big, almost like a moat here behind us here. So we'll show you that real quick before we go in and get our tickets. Adults?
200,000.
What's the price on weekends?
Weekend, 120.
Got our tickets. So a couple tips for coming here. Come early in the day. There'll be less tourists, less crowds. Also, Monday to Friday, the admission is 100,000 Indonesian rupiah per adult. For foreigners, it's 80 for if you're a local citizen. But if you come on a weekend, instead of 100, it's 120. So it does cost a little bit more. So come during the week and come early. Save yourself a little bit of time and also avoid some of the crowds.
And another thing that they have is you can scan it and it gives you a map. It's just an app that you download onto your phone, and it gives you a map of the ground, so you kind of know where you are while you're walking around.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. They don't actually have paper maps. It's all app-based, GPS-based, it looks like, so that should be pretty neat.
Thank you.
So after the visitor center, we just crossed this bridge, and there's this really cool gate behind me that we're gonna go through to enter the park. And there's cows in that field right there.
This is the entrance, and we head that way.
There's these really cool monkey carvings on both sides of this tunnel, I guess. And you can hear the sounds of nature all around us. It's really pretty in here. And not even a minute in, there's our first monkey.
Behind us is, it looks like a feeding platform. It looks like these monkeys are really well cared for. We'll see if there's more throughout the park. But it looks like they're feeding corn.
Cassava, I believe.
Cassava or sweet potato? I don't know.
No, that's
I can't
cassava.
tell. But yeah, so the monkeys are well fed anyway.
En fait, ils sont pas très fans de la patate douce.
Behind me, there is a fire going. This is the cemetery, so I believe they do cremations of any of the monkeys that pass away. So that's kind of cool. They really do care for them that much.
This one is apparently the cremation temple. I believe this is the Holy Spring Temple that's just behind and below me, and then there's also a temple up here. We'll go take a quick look. These are really cool statues here. Komodo dragons, if I'm not mistaken.
It could be cool.
No, those will be fine. This is a thin plane.
Weird. You're right.
Côté de Vassano?
They are hilarious. Whoa, whoa, there he goes.
So throughout the park, we've seen a few cages that we assume are like live traps for them to trap monkeys in order to treat them. Here behind us, there's this large cage, and there's actually a signage here. There's 4 monkeys living in it. 3 of them are blind due to snake bites, snake venom, and 1 female in here has an amputated arm and amputated foot sustained due to an accident, injuries that they had to amputate. So these monkeys, these 4 in particular, live in this cage enclosure behind us to, I guess, to keep them safe.
The monkey took the top one. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, look at me, like, what the hell's going on here? Là, on est au sud de Ubud. Au centre d'Ubud, c'est là où il y a les temples.
Behind me is the main temple of this place. It's really cool, but we can't go in it at all, so we just get to admire it from the outside.
So I think that's pretty much it for the Sacred Monkey Forest. We've seen all 3 temples, we've seen a bunch of monkeys, and a lot of forest. So I think that pretty much covers it. What'd you think?
I think it's really pretty in here. Once you get away from like the main traffic, it turns into like lush forest and stuff, so it's well worth coming. If you have mobility issues, be warned, it is not an easy place to walk around.
Nope.
So that is something to take into consideration.
Yeah, there's stairs everywhere. It's not wheelchair accessible whatsoever.
And the tiles are slick and like it's very uneven roads.
Yeah, I think that's my biggest takeaway is it's actually more developed than I expected. I thought it would be, you know, a forest where you're walking through, you know, dirt paths through the forest, but not really. You're on paved, like, you know, stone walkways the whole time, but like Cory said, it's mossy, and if it's wet from the rain, it gets really slippery. So something to be aware of.
But I think I was big surprised by the monkeys being taken care of. I thought they were just like wild monkeys. I would say that they're wild in the sense that you really shouldn't be handling them, but we did see caretakers putting them on people's laps to take pictures and stuff like that. So they're tame, not super tame. I guess habituated would be a better word for that.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it, I think.
But yeah, it's lovely in here, and I would definitely recommend it.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely worth the price of admission, and really pretty, really peaceful in here once you get away from the tourists a little bit, and it's not so crowded. Again, come in the morning and come on a weekday and it won't be that bad. So I think that pretty much does it for this video. Thanks very much for joining us here in Ubud. If you did like this video, please make sure to hit the thumbs up to give the video a like, and make sure you subscribe.
And we hope that you'll join us in the next video for more adventures. Until then, stay curious and keep exploring.